It's time for Colt baseball here in Tamiami. It's the 15 to 18 division, and we're in Tamiami. You're watching it on Florida Sports Programming Network. We have Plátano Power going up against Team Paret, brought to you by Florida Sports Programming Network. I'm Uncle Muggs. Next to me in the booth is a father of two of the participants, and his name is Armando Vasquez. Armando, welcome to the Florida Sports Programming Network, buddy.
Dímelo.
All right, buddy. So we got batting here is Plátano Power. We had a strikeout. The first, Manuel Cespedes struck out. Your sons, both of your sons, are on the mound today.
Yes, sir.
How does that make you feel as a father? You feeling proud today or what?
Yeah, nervous, proud. Really, really nervous, proud. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
All right, there's a strike. So the younger of the two, Andres, is pitching for Plátano Power.
Yes,
we'll see him after this half inning. And the pitcher right now on the mound is Antonio Vasquez, and he is the pitcher for Killian as well.
Yes, sir. Andy's on the freshman team for Killian. You got the wrong picture there.
All right, let me get the right picture up. So Antonio's on the mound right now for Team Paret, and this is a 15 and under 18.
15 and 18.
15 to 18. So we've seen him before on the mound. Antonio's no stranger to the mound. I'm told and I'm aware that he throws several different pitches and he has control over every one of them.
That's right. That's right.
Obviously there's going to be a fastball, maybe a two-seamer, a four-seamer, and you're going to throw in there your traditional curve and your 12-6. What other pitches does he have?
You know, the two-seam, I feel it's probably an old terminology that might need to get updated because, you know, we call it two-seam mostly arm movement to a pitch, but we have some grips that are on the four-seam, and basically these grips we've been analyzing a lot of pros and how they grip it, how they throw it, the movements that they make, and to try to mimic that pitch.
All right,
man.
That's strike three, swung on, but the catcher didn't hang on to it, so he's going to get on base by way of a strikeout. But there's only
That's okay. That's my other son.
One out. So that was brother. No. Andy will bat later on. The two brothers will face each other, but right now we're calling it Battle of the Airbenders.
Yes, sir.
All right, and it's a battle between two brothers on a weekday night here in Tamiami. It turned out to be a beautiful night. It's about 75, 77 degrees. A little bit of a breeze coming out of center field. And that fastball to the left-handed Adrian Felix is taken high for a ball. So most of these kids are either going to high school or they're in high school right now.
Yeah. Most of them are in high school. And they're varsity, JV guys that perhaps are either starters as pitchers and they're looking for more batting reps or vice versa. You know, hitters that want to pitch, get a couple of more reps in.
All right, and this Plátano Power are the visiting team, and they're batting, and it's Adrian Felix, number 42 now from the left side. And that looked like a fastball, and it's hitting the hole. A nice play by the second baseman, shades to his left, fires low, and another nice play by the first baseman to scoop it out for the second out. He had to go a long way to his left, did the second baseman. And he came up, fired a little low, but a nice pick over there at first. So there's two quick outs for Antonio. And the number 5, is that a Pete Rose thing, or what do you pick the number 5?
Love Pete. But no, that's his birth month. That's his birth month. And issue is Andy was born also on May, so they kind of they ran a paper rock scissors in 21.
All right, with the runner on second and 2 outs, the batter is Francisco Rodriguez, the fourth batter for Plátano Power. Tall, lanky, right-handed hitter. Comes into the box with a little bit of an open stance. The runner on second has taken his lead. Antonio Checkham, the runner fakes like he went. That ball was taken inside for a ball, I believe.
Yes, sir. That was a ball.
So ball 1, 2 outs. Top of the first. Florida International University is in our backdrop back there. That's that building that
Beautiful.
you see.
Beautiful. School's growing.
There goes the runner. He takes off for third. The catcher fires a little high and late. And the runner's going to get in there. And that was a ball, so that's going to be 2-0 to the batter. And Plátano Power is threatening here in the top of the first. If you're just joining us, this is a 15-18 Colt division play between Plátano Power and Team Paret. There's a strike. So Antonio's the pitcher. He's facing his brother in what we call Battle of the Airbenders Part 1, because there'll be more.
Yeah, there's one more game this season scheduled in November. Maybe we could get that one live.
All right, 2 outs here, top of the first, and there's another pitch. He paints the outside corner. The count goes full to Rodriguez.
It's getting a little frustrated. He has a cutter, so he basically throws it, and you see the catcher where the ball ends. It's outside, but in reality, it's cutting through that corner.
He takes his sign from the catcher. Antonio kicks and deals a fastball that's chopped up to the second baseman. He has to come up on it. Fires over to first, and a nice play at first to end the inning. And after half inning of play, it's Plátano Power 0 and Team Paret coming up to bat. Welcome back to the Florida Sports Programming Network. We're at Tamiami Park today for a 15-under, 18-under Colt Division game between Plátano Power and Team Paret. We're heading to the bottom of the first inning, and it's Team Paret coming up to bat. They'll send up Alejandro, Antonio Vasquez, the pitcher, Carlos, Ricardo bats fourth, and Brandon will bat fifth. On the mound for Plátano Power is Andy Vasquez. It's brother against brother. He starts off with a ball high. I have Armando Vasquez Sr. in the booth with me. So if you hear another voice, he's going to give us an expertise on these two pitchers who he knows very, very well.
I'm rooting for strikes.
And there's a little pop-up to the infield. Antonio goes back on it. He doesn't get it. Third baseman slides. A little looper. That's going to fall in, and I'm going to call that a base hit.
Yep, definitely.
And that was a strange trajectory that ball took. Kind of a no man's land between the mound and third base. The third baseman came running in on there.
That guy plays college. Ese está colado. Ese está colado.
All right, now batting is the tall, lanky, right-handed hitter. This is Antonio Vasquez, right?
Yep.
This is the pitcher. This is brother against brother, folks. This is what we came here to see. And one brother on the mound, the other brother on the plate. Who's the older brother here?
Antonio.
So Antonio, the batter's older than Andres, the pitcher. The runner goes. The pitch is taken. And the runner gets in there safe. Easily stolen base. It's going to be difficult for the catcher to throw into the stiff wind. You're going to see a lot of running out here today. I believe the count is 1-1 to Antonio.
Yep.
And are they very competitive at home, the boys? You have three boys. And there's a fastball, and it's fouled all the way back. And who got
la comida? But I'm the one that eats more, though. I beat them in that one.
Who got him into baseball? I mean, who's the one
I did. I used to play back in the days with Pascual.
2-1, and that looked like a knuckle curve that snuck in there.
I missed it. A little outside.
All right, so let's talk about the variation of pitches. They have multiple pitches. They have control of all these pitches. They throw them all for strikes. Are they constantly experimenting with these pitches?
Yep. Yeah, we're working at the house. We got some sweepers, but that hasn't been.
That looked like a cutter. Counts full.
Game approved yet because of the control. We got execution. You got control. And my thing is that we got to execute it at a high clip, above 80%. If not, we can't bring it to the game. We got enough pitches.
All right, that ball swung on and missed for a strike, and that looked like some kind of a slider. So one brother strikes out the other brother. They'll be bragging about that when they get home tonight. So with one out here in the bottom of the first inning, it's Team Paret batting with a runner on second. One out, and it's Andres Vasquez, and he'll be facing Carlos. That fastball swung on and hit to the right side. Please don't hit my car.
Oof.
Go. Oh, it did catch my car.
It did? Oh.
And I put it over there under the tree hoping it wouldn't. Maybe it didn't. All right, that's going to be a strike to Carlos. And that drops in there for a ball. And it's 1-1 to Carlos, the right-handed hitter.
But we were talking that so yeah, there's the pitches that graduate towards the game. That was nice. And these are more the ones that they execute more, and then afterwards they just got to work with control. One of the things that I tell the kids is that, look, right now at their age, these pitches, it might be that they execute it and they might get hit, but the velocity is going to keep going up through the years. Right now it's around that 60 area. Tony has it in the high 60s, and a year or two, once they get to that 80 area, I think it's going to be even more difficult.
There's a ball, and it's hit into left field. It stays up. The left fielder comes in and catches it in the air.
That's what I want to avoid.
A nicely hit ball to left field by Carlos.
Yep.
And that's going to be the second out of the inning. Antonio threw one high and inside, who's maybe left it a little bit too high. In the box now for Team Paret is Ricardo. Ricardo also from the right side with 2 outs, a runner on second. Andy Vasquez on the mound, and he definitely took something off that one. That looked like the kind of like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, he has that 12-6. We got that from Kershaw. Look, I want to definitely give a shout out to Pitching Ninja, and oh man, that's a
runner
base.
Goes, and that ball swung on it, hits by the mound. Nobody's there, and it's going to score a run. So that's going to be 1 run for Team Paret with 2 outs, and that's a tough luck there. Because that was an easy ground ball up the middle.
Great call.
Brandon is in the box now for Team Paret, and he swings at that ball. The runner was going. He found it off at the plate.
Had a good jump. Try to let him go.
Ricardo was on his way. That pitch is swung on and fouled off at the plate by Brandon. Ricardo's on first. And there he goes. An off-speed pitch taken for strike 3.
Nice.
So 2 strikeouts for Andres Vasquez. He's facing his brother. We're heading to the top of the second inning. Plátano Power 0, Team Paret 1. And we'll be right back on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Tamiami Park here on the campus of FIU. We're bringing you Colt Division Fall Baseball here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. And we have a good one here. We have the Plátano Power going up against Team Paret in a 15 to 18 and under Colt Division matchup. It's 1-0. We're heading to the top of the second. More interesting, there's 2 brothers that are going up against each other today. Antonio Vasquez and Andres Vasquez, and there's another brother that's hitting in this game with Armando Vasquez. And with me in the booth is the father of all these 3 athletes, and he's a proud one. And we got a good one today, Armando. It's a nice evening.
Yeah.
It's a good time for some baseball. The coaches are Wally Cruz for Plátano Power, and on the other side of the diamond, it's Eduardo Paret. Now, that name sounds familiar. I've heard that name before.
Yep. He played in the Cuban national team. One of the greats in Cuba. Legendary shortstop. I'm not sure Wally played. I think as well. Forgive me, Wally, if I don't remember. You mentioned it before, but great coaches though. 2 great coaches.
Right. Antonio Vasquez is on the mound for Paret and batting. From the right-hand side for Plátano Power, it's Emiliano Medina. Medina from the right side takes that ball high. We're at the top of the second inning. That looked like a regular two-seamer. Put some zip on that. Medina swung late, evens the count at 1.
That's one of those non-executed pitches. I feel kind of left that one flat. I want a little more movement on that. He was working out today. I mean, I told him I don't want him to miss practice. This is still fall, and we can't stop the workouts. And high school baseball team first.
Vasquez. Antonio.
Ooh,
wow,
nice.
That's got away with one there, high and tight, but nevertheless a strike. He's coming from the full windup. No one on base. There's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The batter is Emiliano Medina. Isaac Suarez is on deck. Brian Hernandez and Weddy Cruz, if anybody gets on base. And that one just got away from him a little bit there. Maybe hung on to that a little too much.
Yeah, I want to add that that last pitch you saw. That was a screwball-ish pitch. And I want to give a shout out to one of my favorite pitchers, Fernando Valenzuela. We studied his pitches in the beginning. I'll give you more story on this.
All right, rest in peace, Fernando Manian. Here comes the 2-2, and it's high, and it's taken.
So yeah, there's no doubt. We studied his grips and how he pitched. There's a long story how it all started, but back in the days when I used to research myself with YouTube before Pitching Ninja and these other sites.
All right, here's the 2-2 to Medina, and that one's fouled off to the right. Did that hit a car? I'm not parking there ever again.
What's this broadcast? Where is it? Did you get the game?
Here's the 2-2 to Antonio, and that's taken for a strike. He swung on, fouled it, stayed alive.
We should move up the backdrop. Too much back.
This has always been one of the biggest fields in Tamiami. I remember growing up here in the 80s, this didn't have lights. This was a huge field. There was no fence back there. So if you hit one in the gap, it was run, rabbit, run.
Yep.
All right, here's the 2-2 from Antonio Vasquez.
Nice.
Taken inside for strike 3.
Nice.
Cop Medina looking with the bat on his shoulder for the first out here in the top of the second inning. That's 3 strikeouts in 1 1/3 innings for the right-hander from Killian.
So that one, we got a reverse slide type of pitch. If you notice, it came in, or a screwball type of movement. I believe that's the one that he gets on a 4-seam.
It's going to bring up Isaac Suarez batting from the left side for Team Paret. I'm sorry, Plátano Power.
Oh, nice.
Swung on, and that's hit foul. We're running out of baseballs.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You could edit.
I thought he was babysitting.
That ball's a little bit inside. The catcher couldn't handle it. It comes all the way to the backstop. The 1-1 pitch from Antonio to the left-handed batter, Suarez, is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Suarez. 1-0 ball game. Paret is leading. It's the top of the second inning. It's a beautiful evening here in Tamiami with a nice breeze. We're watching Colt Division, 15 to 18 under. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Pretty much all the pitches, though, Armando, are coming out of the same slot, the same arm angle.
Yeah, we don't want to tip. We don't want to tip. So, yeah, we didn't go over all. I mean, he has a split.
Here's the 2-2 from Vasquez, and that
Oh,
swung on and hit
nice.
deep in right field. Right fielder goes back. He turns on. He's got a beat on it.
Caught.
And he makes a great catch. A great catch in right field. That ball was hit hard and into the wind. That might have held up a little bit in the wind. But he turned on that. Looked like a high
What a
fastball,
play.
right?
What a play. What a catch. Great job, man.
I don't think any
Over
balls.
the head.
I don't think any balls are going to leave the yard, but that's probably as well hit of a ball as we're going to see tonight.
Oh, no. There's a couple of guys here they've got some exit velo.
Brian,
That kid, excuse me.
Brian Hernandez steps into the box now for Plátano Power.
Yeah, that kid, he definitely could crush it too. The one that just caught that ball.
Great play in right field for the second out. Brian Hernandez wearing number 5 from the right side for Plátano Power. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt for ball 1. You pretty happy with Antonio so far? I mean, what you've seen so far?
Yeah. I mean, he's leaving some balls there, but that's all right. That's why we're here. Keep building.
There's an
nice.
off-speed pitch. That looked like a changeup or a splitter.
Cut. Yeah, a little
Could
cut.
be
And,
a little cut in that one.
yeah.
Definitely wasn't straight. You can see the variety of the different pitches. And they're young. You know, it's going to take some time. Like you said, they're going to need some velocity for some of these pitches to actually work. You got to throw the
Yeah.
splitter hard so it can work. And here's the 1-1,
Nice.
and that ball's lifted in the
Yep.
right center field. Right fielder
That's
comes
okay.
over, and he makes the third out of the top of the second inning. We have Team Paret 1, Plátano Power 0, and we head to the bottom of the second inning here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to the Florida Sports Programming Network. We're bringing you fall baseball here from Tamiami Park in Miami-Dade County. It's an 18 and under Colt division matchup between Plátano Power and Team Paret. Right now it's 1-0, and we're heading to the bottom of the second inning. And Team Paret is coming up to bat, and they will bring up Andy, Daniel,
Andy against Andy.
Chris, and then it's your son, Armando Vasquez. If anybody gets on, he's the 4th batter this inning. And
This dude has power, man. If he gets it, he's one of them.
all right, so on the mound, it's brother against brother. We came here to see Antonio and Andres Vasquez battle each other here in Battle of the Airbenders.
Nice.
So that's taken for a strike. Big guy, Andy, here. Looks like he can hit the ball. And that ball's got some movement on it and just
Well
missed.
signed. Yeah, a little too much. They moved.
1-1
much.
here to Andy. It's a 1-0 ball game. So we want to see a pitcher's duel. It'd be
Oh,
great.
yeah.
What a pitch. He set that one up, too. I'll tell you, we'd love to see a 1-0 pitcher's duel here, huh?
Yeah. He should come inside now. Jam him up. He's probably scared though.
That ball's going outside. Brings the count to 3-1 to Andy.
I think he's got a great two-seam arm side pitch and changeup. He should throw it here.
All right, here's the pitch, the 3-1. And that ball's lifted in the right center field. The center fielder, but that ball's drifted to right.
Oh, come on.
The center fielder comes all
caught
the
it.
way across and makes a great catch. Covered a lot of ground for the first out of the top of the second inning. The ball got held up in the wind. It was hit pretty decent.
Yeah.
Carried more than I thought, and that's going to bring up Daniel, who's going to bat from the right side here against Antonio. So it's Antonio Vasquez versus Andres Vasquez, two brothers facing each other in a Colt division matchup. Here's Andres with a pitch, and that ball's lifted. First pitch swinging.
That's an out.
The left fielder calls it. Now the center fielder calls it again. And
So this is
two quick outs.
Yeah. This is acceptable. This is what I like. Sorry, but Yeah, basically, it's pop flies, ground balls, less of a barrel, those line drives, trying to avoid that. I was going to go over, well, I'll get to it now.
All right, batting is Chris for Team Paret. Plátano Powers, Andres Vasquez is on the mound, and that's a ball high. The batter's Chris. He's a left-handed batter. Andres is a right-handed pitcher, and he's coming from the full windup, and he's got the old-school stirrups on. Team Plátano's wearing the red shirt with the blue, and that ball swung on and lifted foul. Team Paret has the orange shirt with the dark blue numbers and the pinstripes and the gray pants. And Plátano Powers also wearing the gray pants, but some of the players are wearing the old-school stirrups. And that, I think, looks pretty good with that uniform that they have on. And here's the 1-1, and that's a line to second base, caught in the air by the second baseman, and that'll end the inning. Still 1-0. Team Paret up 1-0 on Plátano Power, and you're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Tamiami Park in beautiful Miami-Dade County for a Colt Division matchup here on a Wednesday night between Plátano Power and Team Paret, and you're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network. I'm Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play, and alongside me is the father of three of the players, Armando Vasquez Sr. What a matchup so far. I mean, I know it's only been 3 innings, but you got 3 of your sons playing. 2 of them are pitching.
This game is going fast.
Antonio's beating Andy here right now, 1-0 in the battle of the airbenders. Weddy Cruz from the left side is the batter for Plátano Power, and he takes that for a strike. Yosuke Riera follows Weddy Cruz, and then it's Lázaro Montenegro and Andy Vasquez, the pitcher, batting last, and we'll have Manuel Céspedes after that. So Riera's on deck. We have Weddy Cruz from the left side. Here's the 0-1 from Antonio. It's taken for a strike, a nice fastball. Quickly ahead, 0-2 to Cruz. Cruz wearing number 44. That ball's taken low for a ball. So have the boys always played in Tamiami, or you have them in different parks during the season?
No, yeah, we've been around. We started here. When the hammocks, we really started in the hammocks.
All right, here's the 1-ball, 2-strike offering. It swung on and missed, and strike 3 swinging for Cruz. And that's the 4th strikeout in 2 1/3 innings for Antonio Vasquez, who seems to be cruising with a 1-0 lead here.
So, yeah, we started in the hammocks, and then we came over here. We played with the Miami Cubs that first championship season. A couple of the guys played with them in Killian.
This brings up Yosuke Riera from the right side. Takes that one high. I know Armando plays other positions, and does Andy and Antonio play other positions besides pitcher? Here's the 1-1. It's grounded to the right side. First baseman picks it up, steps on the bag unassisted for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Tony and Tony plays. Yeah, Tony plays all over except catcher. There was even one time we tried him there, but yeah, he plays short, second, third, first, outfield. He did really good on the PG, All-State at center field. Made a dive play, one over his head. It was really nice.
All right, with 2 out here in the top of the 3rd inning, Plátano Power brings up from the right side. It's Lázaro Montenegro. There's the pitch, and it drops in there for a strike.
And Andy plays more of the corners. He's played outfield.
And where does Andy go to school?
He goes to George Macanosa. He's in middle.
Here's the 0-1 to Montenegro. It's taken for a ball outside.
And Tony goes up to Killian. Killian High with Armando. The Cougars.
The mighty Cougars. Head coach Chris Leon, Abel Alonso, and Eric Martinez do a great job there for the Cougars. And that fastball's hit way over our head.
Shoot.
Managed not to hit a car. Kids are now big enough to hit foul balls that are further into the parking lot and damage some vehicles, hit some people, some joggers. Got to be careful. Here is the 1-ball, 2-strike offering from Vasquez to Montenegro, who takes outside for ball 2. And that evens the count here with 2 strikes. So we got some kind of a pitcher's duel going on here. I don't want to say anything, but I think I haven't got a hit off of him yet. And that ball's a little high. It's going to fill up the count. I'm looking at my scorecard, and I don't see anyone with a hit yet.
Nope. I got no hits, 4 strikeouts.
2 innings.
No walks.
2 outs
2.2.
in the 3rd inning. Here comes Vasquez, payoff pitch, and that one almost hits Montenegro.
The what?
There goes the perfect game.
Yeah, I don't know what he was looking for there.
Sometimes it just
came out.
It just slips out of your hand. You want to pitch the contact here. I mean, you're not looking for a huge strikeout, but
I know what it was. It was Andy's coming up. He saw him on deck.
all right, now we have brother against brother. One of them has a bat, the other one has a glove. Antonio's on the mound,
Nice.
and this is what a parent dreads. I mean,
Ayo.
runner goes on the pitch. The ball swung on and hit to the infield. The first pitch, first baseman calls it and makes an out. So one brother gets another brother. So far, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Team Paret 1, Plátano Power 0, and we'll be right back with more Colt Division baseball right after this.
Nice.
Welcome back to Tamiami Park. The Florida Sports Programming Network is bringing you Colt Division baseball in the 15 to 18 and under boys baseball between Plátano Power and Team Paret. It's a great game. It's 1-0, and we have 2 brothers that are facing each other, and right now it's a pitcher's duel. I have the father in the booth with me here. He is Armando Vasquez Sr., and we're watching a heck of a pitcher's duel here on this Wednesday night, Armando.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now the older brother, Armandito's coming up.
So now for batting for Team Paret is Armando Vasquez, yet another brother, Ronaldo Alberto. And if anybody gets on for Team Paret, it's going to be David batting 4th. But here's an interesting matchup. Older brother against younger brother, and there's like a knuckle curve. And
Oh, my
Armando
God.
was way ahead of it. Boy, he looked silly on that one, didn't he, Pops?
That was nasty. And he laughed. That was horrible.
And he's still smiling. And there's a off-speed pitch inside, 1-1.
He needs to be careful, man. He's great. We used to call him the hitman before his injury.
So Armando's the oldest, Andres is the youngest, and Antonio's in the middle. Here's the 1-1 to the older brother, and it's fouled off and gets stuck in the fence here in Tamiami. Wouldn't it be something if the younger brother can strike out the older brother?
Ay, Dios mío, I don't want no comments. I'll plead the 5th.
This must be crazy for you as a parent. Count is even at 2.
And he can't take a smile off his face.
And he takes his time walking back to the mound. He's coming from the full windup for Plátano Power. He kicks and he deals to his older brother, and that ball's lifted right out of play. Boy, the cars are getting beat up out there today. I'm coming in a tank next time. I'm going to come in a big Hummer.
Nice.
Bulletproof.
Own Tesla garbage can.
Here's the 2-2, and that one's grounded at third base. He makes a nice play to his left, comes across the diamond, and the little brother gets the big brother to ground out on a 5-3 for the first out on the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, Flacco's harder to strike out. He was the original airbender. That's where it all started. We went to some tournaments and showed us as PG. We went up against Elite Squad and this other team, LA, that won the Grapeland 14U at that time. And he was shutting them down, and I was kind of curious. I'm like, man, what's going on? I stood behind the plate, and I saw the movement. I was like, whoa, what's this? And that's where it all started. Nice strike.
Battle of the Airbenders.
So that's where the research started. I started looking into that and saying, gosh, well, how do we get this arm side, glove side movement?
That was a nice pitch there.
Yes, sir.
Quickly ahead in the count here to Ronaldo for Team Paret. And that was a nice pitch. Swung over the top. Slow grounder to shortstop. He has to hurry.
Yep.
And he doesn't get him.
Man, you got to attack that ball,
The
kid.
speedy Ronaldo. That ball wasn't hit that hard. He swung over the top of it. Slow grounder. The shortstop came in on it 4 or 5 steps. Had to hurry the throw. But Ronaldo was too fast, and he beat that one. And it's a base hit.
Both guys there, the shortstop and that runner, blazing fast. But that shortstop needed to attack that ball. That was a slow grounder. It hit off the grass, and needs to attack that.
With one out here in the bottom of the third inning, it brings up Alberto, the right-handed hitter for Team Paret. Throw to first. Ronaldo's safe. Is that something that you work with them a lot, that throwing to first and throwing to the bases?
Oh, yeah.
Here, delayed steal. The catcher throws from his knees and got him plenty of time.
No.
Tagged him in the face for his second out of the inning.
Oh, it's Suarez, bro. This kid's good, man. This catcher's awesome.
He threw that one from his knees. It was a late break on that one. It took. I thought it was a delayed steal. I don't think the catcher expected it, but he had enough presence of mind to throw it down to second base, and great tag put on there. Here's a swing and a miss to Alberto. Right-handed batter for Team Paret. There's something, looked like a knuckle curve maybe for a ball outside. We have ourselves a bit of a pitcher's duel here. It's a 1-0 ball game.
Oh, I missed it.
Just missed. Count goes to 2-2 on Alberto for Team Paret, who's winning 1-0. Here's Andy's pitch outside. The count goes full. You got Dad being a coach, being an announcer all at once here. He's jumping around, telling him what to pitch, and that ball swung on, fouled right over us.
I'm not giving you a pitch. I'm just telling you.
Thank goodness it didn't hit any cars. Getting a little nippy out here, man. I might have to go get a jacket.
A small adjustment.
All right, Antonio looking for the strikeout to end the inning here. That off-speed pitch is taken low. And we're going to have a runner on first base for Team Paret. It's going to bring up the 12th batter, David.
Oh, yeah, we freestyle here, bro. We go 15, 16, old pickup games.
Looks like Team Paret is bringing up 16 batters. It looks like they have
the whole academy.
Offense, defense, special teams. They got a punting unit.
Yeah.
All right, David from the right side takes an off-speed pitch. What else is he going to throw? I think he throws more off-speed pitches than fastballs. So with a runner on first, I don't know if they're going to test this catcher again. Quickly behind in the count is Antonio Vasquez, the younger of 3 brothers that are all participating in today's Colt Division matchup here in Tamiami between Team Paret and Plátano Power. And Andy's looking like he's not finishing there. I mean, he's has a runner on first here with 2 outs. He can get out of this inning. Pumps a strike in there. Bring the count to 3-1 to David.
looking at the pitch, Andy. Just pitch.
There's another one, and that's hit sharply to third and caught. And that's going to be the end of the third inning. And after one hit, no runs, it's Team Paret 1, Plátano Power 0, and we head to the top of the fourth inning here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Tamiami Park. You're watching fall baseball, Colt Division from Tamiami Park between Plátano Power and Team Paret, and we're calling it the Battle of the Airbenders because it's brother against brother. Right now it's Antonio Vasquez that's on the mound. He's the middle of the three brothers. He's facing his younger brother, Andy Vasquez, who's playing for Plátano Power. And Plátano Power's down 1-0 after 3 innings. Antonio's almost perfect. I mean, he hasn't given up a hit yet. Only one base runner. Actually, another base runner got on by way of a K. But he walked a batter, and we're waiting for one of the cars to turn off their lights because it's in the pitcher's eye right behind home plate here in Tamiami. We're on the campus of FIU College, also the home of the Youth Fair, and tomorrow starts Major League Pickleball. Thursday through Sunday, there'll be pickleball here at the Youth Center, and they're going to leave the courts there for the public to use afterwards. So we'll see high-level pickleball starting tomorrow all the way through Sunday here in Miami, which is very rare. But pickleball's a growing game, and it's very popular. Finally got the lights off, and we're getting ready to start the top of the fourth inning. Antonio Vasquez on the mound, and he's been almost perfect. Three innings, 4 strikeouts, and he's winning 1-0 over his younger brother. Now batting for Plátano Power, it's the leadoff batter, Manuel Cespedes, who swings at that high fastball for a strike. Cespedes struck out his first time up. Following him, it's going to be Brandon Amezaga. Then it's Adrian Felix, Francisco Rodriguez, and Emiliano Medina. The 1-0 swung on for 2 strikes.
I was going to tell you the pitches when we worked with the pitches. My idea was working around the whole plate like a painter. You know, if you want to paint a Mona Lisa, and if you can't paint the right side of the painting, it's just a Mona. It's not a Lisa. You know, not Mona Lisa.
The 0-2 swung on. Strike 2. Second time he strikes out Cespedes.
Nasty.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Antonio. And he's been cruising today. He's a Killian Cougar sophomore, is he, right? He's a sophomore?
Yes, sir. He's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore at Killian. He'll see a lot of mound time this year, this upcoming spring. And in the box for the Power right now is Brandon Amezaga, batting from the right side against Antonio Vasquez. Haven't been able to figure him out yet. Vasquez comes set, throws a fastball high for a ball.
As Brandon, I know his dad used to come over our crib and used to help us with the batting. And Fredo Messick, I played with the Marlins. Good friend, great guy.
Almezaga hits one to the right side, who's drifting foul, and it's just foul.
Oh, but not that good, okay? Not that good of a friend. No.
So it's 1-1 to the second batter, Almezaga, wearing number 99. They get that ball back to the pitcher. And we're in the top of the fourth inning of a 1-0 pitching duel between 2 brothers, and we're calling it Battle of the Airbenders.
He needs to take this batter serious, brother.
Between Antonio and Andres. 1-1 to Almezaga. That's a fastball swung on and tipped for strike 2. Almezaga battling up there. The Power hasn't been able to figure out Antonio tonight, not yet.
Yeah, so we got the around the clock. Basically, we got the cutter, the sinker, the slider, the splitter, changeup, and then you have the reverse pitches that are kind of like a screwballish.
Here comes the 1-2 offering, and it swung on and hit high in short left center field. Shortstop is drifting back, and he makes the play for the second out of the top of the fourth inning. This will bring up the third batter from the left side. It's Adrian Felix, number 42.
Yeah, this chamaco is really good. He played with Tony years ago on another team, and he goes to the Dominican Republic and train. He goes up to Doral.
All right, with 2 outs. First pitch is swung on and hit on a line to second base, who makes an excellent play for the third out of the top of the fourth inning. And we'll be right back with more Colt Division baseball right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Tamiami Park on the campus of Florida International University for some Colt Division 15 to 18 and under. And we have a good one here between Plátano Power and Team Paret. Plátano Power has a new pitcher. It was a battle of the brothers. And we're going to have Sebastián Rastrero will be pitching now for Team Paret. And he's going to face Lazaro Jose Jean, and then it's Joshua Perez if anybody gets on. Next to me is the father of 3 of the participants. It's Armando Vasquez Sr. And from the right side, it's going to be Lazaro to face Sebastián Rastrero, and he pumps one in there for a strike here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Yeah, these last couple of guys are new to the team and the game, and hit by
And that
pitch.
ball hit him. So Rastrero comes in and hits his first batter that he faces. And with no outs, Paret's going to have a runner on first, and it's going to bring up Jose Gonzalez. Big boy from the right side. A little windy here in Tamiami. Rastrero coming from the stretch with Lazaro on first. That ball's taken for a ball high. That ball swung on by Gonzalez. Evens the count at 1. Rastrero fires another one that's low for a ball.
Nice.
Count goes to 3-1. So Rastrero hits a batter, and then he throws
That was good.
3 balls here to Gonzalez.
Buena.
Gonzalez looked like he was taken all the way there. Fills up the count at 3-2 with a runner on first for Team Paret. Looking to add on to their 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And a strikeout looking. Good velocity on that fastball from Rastrero. Sebastián Rastrero, number 77. It's going to bring up Jean, a left-handed batter. A runner on first. 1 out for Plátano Power. Another delayed steal.
Oh,
Throw goes into center field. Lazaro makes it to second base.
that wind pushed in right before that throw. Felt like a little hurricane.
Yeah, it's a little breezy out here tonight. Shortstop comes around, but he fires home for ball 2 to Jean, the left-handed batter for Team Paret. Paret is threatening here with a runner in scoring position. Estrero offers 3-0.
This kid's a solid pitch, by the way, though. In the back shirt that's batting right now. Young one, he's 15 and pumps 80, 82.
That ball swung on for the first strike. So he had the green light, 3-0. Gene's looking to add to this 1-0 lead for Team Paret. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Gene took a healthy swing at that one. Good movement on Restrero's ball there. Kind of tailed away from the batter, the left-handed batter.
Go sink it. Go sink move.
He lost him there.
Uh-oh. We got top of the lineup coming up. The D2. Uncommitted, I heard. Uncommitted. Made a correction. I thought he got picked up, but yeah, that's the first. That's top of the order. I don't know.
Top of the order here for Team Paret. In the likes of Alejandro, who singled his last time up. He hit a little nubber in the infield and was able to get on base. Restrero is the pitcher now for Plátano Power, and that ball's hit high in right center field. The center fielder calls it, and he makes the second out of the inning.
Goodness, what a miss.
And he makes a third out of running blunder, and it's going to be a double play.
Dios mío.
And it's still 1-0 in favor of Paret as we head to the top of the fifth inning here on the Florida Sports Programming. Welcome back to Tamiami Park, where Florida Sports Programming Network is bringing to you a midweek matchup here at the Colt division between the Plátano Power and Team Paret from Tamiami. I'm Uncle Muggs. Alongside me in the booth here is Armando Vasquez Sr., and he has three of his boys that are playing in today's matchup. And so far, I mean, I don't want to jinx him, but through 4 innings, Antonio's throwing a no-hitter.
Does Francisco Rodriguez play together with Tony back in the days? There's a friendly rivalry here.
All right, in the beginning, it was two brothers that started this game off. Antonio Vasquez, there's a strike, and Andy Vasquez, and it was the battle of the benders, of the airbenders. And it won't be the last. I'm sure they're going to face each other again. Hopefully we'll be here to cover that. But it's been fun so far. We're watching a great pitching outing here from the youngster, the Killian sophomore, Antonio Vasquez. And he goes 2-1, the count, to Francisco Rodriguez. Rodriguez grounded to second his last time up. Vasquez looking to even the count here. That ball swung on.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fence, I would have taken that one on the knee.
And typically in the games here, we do work on newer pitches, some sweepers and stuff that we have. And I mean, I guess Tony today he wants to tighten up, I guess.
Here's the 2-2 offering from Vasquez, and it's taken for a ball. The count goes full. We're in the top of the fifth inning. It's a 1-0 ball game. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. Not a lot of hitting going on. It's very windy today. It's been windy this whole week. Here's the 3-2 taken inside. Ball gets away from the catcher. There goes Rodriguez. Rodriguez is turning first, and he stays on first.
Yo le dije, no lo ponche.
All right, now batting for Plátano Power, it's Emiliano Medina. He struck out his last time up. He's batting from the right side. Francisco takes off on that pitch, and it's well hit in the right field. If it's a fair ball, it's going to be trouble. He's rounding first. Here comes Rodriguez. He's going to tie the game.
Damn.
They're going to send him home. Ball comes into the infield. And we've got a run scored on an Emiliano Medina triple for Plátano Power. So that ball was well hit into right field. That was the first hit off of Vasquez today. And that base on ball really came back to hurt him there. It's going to bring up Isaac Suarez from the left side with a runner on third base for Plátano Power in a tie game in the top of the 5th inning here at Tamiami. That ball's taken for a ball.
That ball's right in the line.
Hard hit ball to right field. Scooted out there to the corner. Gave Rodriguez, who has good speed.
Nice.
That ball swung on to
That's
come
a
around
change.
all the way from first base on that triple to score the tying run for Plátano Power. And now with no outs, they have a runner on third. A 1-1 count to the left-handed hitting Suarez.
And
That fastball's high for ball 2. Good news is Andy's off the hook for the loss. The bad news is Antonio loses the no-hitter, and they tie the game. So with one swing at the bat, the luck has changed from one brother to the other.
oh, shaking signs.
Medina's on third base for Plátano
What
Power.
does he want?
Suarez crouches down, and he hits that one
Change it.
high in the infield. It's drifting over to the third baseman who
Nice.
calls it. Scary catch, but he makes it
Yeah, he's got
for
to get
the
him
first
third.
out. It's going to bring up number 5, right-handed hitting Brian Hernandez. And Hernandez flied to right field his last time up. They're going to go over and have a little meeting with the third base coach. We're going to have a pinch runner come in for Rodriguez, who led this inning off with a walk. Then he scored, then a triple from Medina. And Antonio Vasquez is still on the mound for Team Paret. Rodriguez squares off the bunt. Hernandez squares the bunt, but takes high.
Yeah, he knew it was coming.
Third baseman for Team Paret creeps in on the grass. So does the first baseman. The whole infield is in. Looks like they're going to cut the run down. That ball's taken outside. Hernandez squares the bunt again. Wouldn't be a terrible thing to walk him here and play for a double play, but that's not guaranteed either. Vasquez from the stretch. Hernandez takes when he squares. He takes that strike. Two balls and one strike to Hernandez. A runner on third for Plátano Power. He squares again. That's one go down. Actually, he left the bat out there, and they're going to call that a strike. The umpire says he never took the bat back. So the count's going to be 2-2 to the batter, Brian Hernandez. Vasquez looking for a strikeout here with 1 out in the top of the 5th. A tie ball game. And there's a ball, and it's roped to third, and what a catch. He almost got a double play.
Nice play,
But
kid.
the third baseman jumped up. Nice catch by the third baseman. Just like that, there's 2 outs. We have a runner on third.
Yeah, these are great opportunities. Getting out of that early mess with no outs.
Weddy Cruz is the batter here for Plátano Power. And he swings at the first pitch and fouls it back.
Oh.
Wearing number 44 is Perez. Sorry, Cruz, Weddy Cruz. He's got a chance here to break this tie game open. He takes that fastball high. Vasquez trying to limit the damage here in the 5th. 1 run scored already. He was cruising. The left-handed batting Weddy Cruz takes that fastball and turns it over foul to the right side on the ground for strike 2.
That's Armando at first.
Brother Armando's playing first base. The older of the Vasquez, the middle brother's pitching. And for Plátano Power, the starter today was Andy Vasquez. And Andy pitched himself a decent game and got himself off the hook here. Pitched 3 1/3 innings. Allowed 1 run, a couple hits, a couple walks. And here's Vasquez punching strike 3, and he got himself out of the jam. Plátano Power leaves a runner on third. Weddy Cruz strikes out, and we come back to the bottom of the 5th inning with a tie ball game here from Tamiami. We'll be right back on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back to Tamiami Park, everyone. We're bringing you Colt Division play in the 15 to 18 and under boys baseball between Plátano Power and Team Paret. And on the mound for Team Paret, for Plátano Power, it's Sebastián Rastrero. Rastrero is the pitcher. Vasquez Armando Antonio is the batter. He was the pitcher. He struck out his last time up. And he's 1-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning in a tie game in Tamiami.
Sótalo. Yeah, straight.
Right, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
No. We got 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. That ball's fouled.
2-2.
Now we're even 2-2. Remember the Marlins back in the day had a pitcher, wore number 77. He kind of reminds me of him. His last name was Armstrong. You remember him?
Yeah.
Broad shoulders. Tall, lanky pitcher. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and fouled. Please don't hit my car. Cars are getting beat up here in Tamiami down the right field side. If you come here on field 3, don't park in the right field section parking lot. The 2-2 to Vasquez swung on. And he got away from the catcher, and it's a long way to the backstop. The catcher's going to throw, but not in time. Vasquez is going to make it on base by way of a K. Well, strikeout, that's not an out. The runner could advance on the 3rd swing if the catcher doesn't catch the ball cleanly. And it's a long way to the backstop from home plate here in Tamiami. Alejandro. Carlos steps into the box here for Team Paret. He flied to left field the last time up. Mondo takes off. Antonio takes off for second. A slow ground to the shortstop. Gets under his glove. Armando has a chance to advance, but he stays on second
That's
base. Antonio stays on second. And an error by the shortstop for Plátano Power. We have 2 runners on base.
Yeah, a little too conservative. Top of the lineup, but still. Shot been home by now.
All right, Ricardo's the batter for Team Paret. Coached by Eduardo Paret. And here's the pitch by Rastrero. It's taken inside, got away from the catcher, but not far enough. The runners are going to stay on first and second with no one out. Bottom of the 5th. Coach calls time. He's going all the way to second base to talk to his runner, Antonio Vasquez. Maybe he's asking him why he didn't run on that play.
No, he just gave him a café.
Came out there and gave him a coffee?
Un cafecito. Yeah, un cafecito.
You could do this?
Yeah, bro. That's how we work it here in the 305, man. Ahora tú vas a ver cómo está despierto, chiquito.
Coach comes all the way to second base to give the kid a shot of coffee, of Cuban coffee, and there's two strikes. Only here in Miami, you see the coach come out, give a kid a shot of Cuban Bustelo coffee to get him going on second base. Now runners are on first and second for Team Paret.
Nice.
That ball slapped into right field, and
Nice.
it drops in, and it gets by the right fielder.
Corre.
And here comes Vasquez from second base. Carlos all the way from first, and that's going to be a base hit and an error for Ricardo, but he's going to have 2 RBIs, and he's going to end up on third base. And this game has just been broken open. A 3-1 ball game with nobody out, a runner on. Some bad luck there for Rastrero. Sebastian was throwing pretty good game. Got a little wild here. He actually struck out Vasquez. Then there was an error. Not a lot of it was his fault. Ricardo slaps one into right field, and this brings up Brandon, who takes strike 1 from Rastrero.
Yeah, I don't have a base runner, so I'm going back to neutral.
The count goes 1-1 to Brandon, and he struck out his last time up. He's batting from the right side. Sebastian Rastrero throws and hits him right in the back. And he's lost it a little bit here. They're going to check him, but it was a curveball, so it doesn't hurt that much. He's going to head on over to first base, and it's going to bring up the right-handed hitting Andy, but not before a chat and possibly a pitching change here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Plátano Power. Coach is talking to Rastrero. The whole infield's coming in to have a chat now.
Shout out to Eduardo Paret, his birthday today. Happy birthday, Paret. Oh, and also I wanted to give a shout out. Miguel Bade, long story. Tony, a long time ago, he was like 10 years old. He was complaining some arm pain. I tell everybody, I think Miguel Bade is the best pitching coach out there. He used to be the national head coach of the Cuban national team. He's up in working with Liban in Hialeah. And he switches mechanics around, and Tony's never complained of arm pain since.
All right. Sebastian Rastrero stays in the game for Plátano Power. Brandon's on first. He got hit in the back by a pitch. Ricardo hit a triple, and he's on third. The runner goes, and that's hit in the 5-6 hole. Third baseman cuts it off, and he fires across the infield for an out. First baseman fires back to third, and some good hustle there by Brandon, making it all the way. So Ricardo scores.
Yes, sir. Yep.
And that's going to be a 4-1 game. Andy goes 5-3 for the out. And we're going to have a runner on third base, Brandon, with one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning, which turned out to be a 4-1 game for the birthday boy, Eduardo Paret. And his team is up by 3 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. In the box is Daniel from the right side. Rastrero throws, and a great play by the catcher, gets away from him. Now he comes back, tosses to the pitcher, and he's going to be safe. Brandon's been hustling all night long, and he scores on that ball that got away from the catcher. Not even too far away from home plate, but just far enough for him not to find it and the pitcher to get there late, and Brandon hustled all the way down the line to score Team Paret's 4th run. 5th run.
Yep.
4 of them here.
Yep.
So 1 out, nobody on now. The batter's Daniel still. He swings at a strike. So 1-1 to Daniel. Good news is Antonio's back in line for the win.
Yep.
There's a nice fastball by Rastrero. And he got Daniel swinging for the 2nd out of the inning.
It's a little weird, to be honest. I don't know, kind of I don't know who to root for. Still.
Let's go for Armando.
Yeah.
It's going to bring up Chris, the left-handed batter for Team Paret, wearing number 27.
Thing is, I know all these kids, and kind of feel bad when they don't execute.
It's tough to pick a favorite.
A batter, Chris. One ball? Yeah. We got a ball there.
Okay, ball 1 to the batter, Chris.
2.
Quickly, Chris gets ahead 2-0. Rastrero hasn't had a bad night. He got into a little bit of bad luck. A couple errors. And here's the 0-2. Taken for a strike by Chris. Rastrero kicks and deals, and his fastball swung on and missed. Count is going to be 2-2 to the left-handed batting Chris. Rastrero gets his sign. He comes set. Strike 3 for the 3rd out, but not before Team Paret scores 4 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning to make it a 5-1 ball game. And you're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network. Welcome back, everyone, to Tamiami Park for some fall baseball between the Plátano Power and Team Paret on the Florida Sports Programming Network. This started off as a battle between 2 brothers, each of them pitching against each other, and we call it Battle of the Airbenders Part 1. And it was Antonio Vasquez going up against Andres Vasquez, and Antonio is still in the game for Team Paret, and he's on the mound. He's going to face Rivera, Lazaro Montenegro, Andy Vasquez, and Manuel Cespedes if anybody gets on. That ball swung on by Rivera, and it goes all the way back. And I'll tell you, the Cars are in danger here in Tamiami. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Team Paret scored 4 runs after Plátano Power scored their only run in the 5th. They came back and scored 4 to make this 5-1. The count is 1-1.
This is all body shops out in Miami. You could advertise with my man, Uncle Muggs. Definitely a lot of car work out here.
We definitely need a body shop sponsor here. Here's Antonio Vasquez, and that ball's lined hard, but foul. So 2 strikes to the batter, Yosuke Rivera.
Yeah, 73.
73 pitches for the starter.
Yeah.
Had a no-hitter going through 4 innings. Got into a little bit of trouble in the 5th when he walked the batter. Gave up a triple down the line that was kind of a questionable call, but they called it fair. And here comes the 1-2.
Yeah. Oh, that was close.
Wow. Check the swing there, and it's 2-2 to the batter, Rivera. That brings us to the top of the 6th inning. He has 74 pitches. He's cruising. He's a sophomore for the Killian Cougars, and he's out here tonight pitching for Team Paret. 3 brothers, 1 game, 1 father, nervous as heck, and the mom has been pacing since the 1st inning. The 2-2 from Antonio is taken low, and the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Rivera. That ball swung on and chopped foul. The count remains 3-2. Top of the 6th inning. And this could be the final inning. Team Paret doesn't tie it up. First baseman sneaking in on the grass. And he loses him. So if you're going to mount a comeback, that's the way you want to do it. You want to get your leadoff batter on. Not going to play for a run here. The 10th batter for Plátano Powers, Lázaro Montenegro. And he got walked the last time he came up to bat and faced Vasquez.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Runner on first.
Let's get that double play ball, baby.
Power. And there's a fastball that swung on foul.
Oh, that's tipped.
Foul tip. It looks like it caught a piece of the umpire. Good swing there by Montenegro.
Yeah. Probably going for the double play ball, but that shortstop.
Vasquez checks the runner, Rivera. That ball's low. We're in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 5-1 ball game in favor of Team Paret. Runner on first. That ball's taken low. It got away from the catcher. The runner's going to go to second. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter, Lázaro Montenegro, the right-handed batter. Again, this is Colt Division play, 18 to 15 under. These are high school kids, and they're sharpening their skills here in the fall. That fastball swung on and missed by Rivera. Count goes even to 2-2. Antonio Vasquez started this game. He faced his brother Andres in what we call Battle of the Airbenders. Since then, Andy's been taken out of the game, and Andres rings up Montenegro looking fastball over the outside corner for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Now the pitcher that started for Plátano Power was Andy, and Andy's now batting, and we're having a brother against brother matchup. First baseman comes in for Team Paret, and here's older brother to younger brother, or middle brother to younger brother, and he takes for a ball high. Andy hit a fly ball to third base the last time against his brother. Let's see what he does now. Striking, a swinging strike. Armando, what do you think here? We have brother against brother. We have the middle brother against the younger brother. Is he going to show him what's
Dios
up?
mío.
Or
Plátano Power against Paret. Pee against Pete. The chicken or the egg. I don't know. What comes first?
there's the pitch from one Vasquez taken for a strike by the younger Vasquez. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A runner on second. I got a nervous dad next to me.
Yeah.
I got a mom pacing the field. She's in the parking lot. And here comes the 1 ball, 2 strike offering. And that's a ground ball hit to the right side. Second baseman scoops it up, throws it to first, who's off the bag. Rivera is going to go to third. It's going to be the second out of the inning, and it'll bring up the leadoff batter for Plátano Power is Manuel Cespedes. Cespedes comes up wearing number 23, batting from the right side. Two outs, top of the 6th. Antonio Vasquez, and that one's turned on and hit into deep left center field. 1 run is going to score. Cespedes is looking for 2.
Burn.
Here comes the throw, and they got him. And they did score a run, but that could end the game.
Yeah, nice game.
He got cut down, so the game ends up 5-2. We're going to shake him up here. It's been a pleasure bringing you
Yes, sir.
Colt Division Baseball between the Plátano Power, and I'd love to do it again. This turned out to be a good one. It's Uncle Muggs next to Armando Vasquez Sr. And I want to thank you very much for inviting me to come out here to witness Battle of the Airbenders.
Thank you for coming out.
It was a good one.
Fox.
Remember to subscribe and follow us on YouTube and watch us for more baseball, fall baseball, Killian Cougar style. You can catch that here. And it was a great turnout, a great game, great field, and a great night for baseball.
Oh, one little shout out real quick. There's a link for the butter for our Killian baseball team. If you guys could help out, contribute to the organization, we greatly would appreciate it. Our team definitely needs it.
There you have it, folks, from Tamiami Field. It's been Uncle Muggs and Armando Vasquez bringing you Colt Division Baseball right here on the Florida Sports Programming Network.